صلوا على محمد.
اللهم صل على
قلوبنا وتطهيرا لنفوسنا وتعجيلا لفرج سيدنا ومولانا بقية الله الأعظم الحجة ابن الحسن المهدي، أرواحنا وأرواح العالمين لتراب مقدمه الفدا. عطروا مجالسكم بالصلاة على محمد وآل محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. إنا لله وإنا إليه راجعون. وسيعلم الذين ظلموا آل بيت محمد أي منقلب ينقلبون. لا حول ولا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. صلى الله عليك سيدي ومولاي يا رسول الله. صلى الله عليك سيدي ومولاي يا أبا عبد الله. صلى الله عليك مولاي وابن مولاي ابن رسول الله وابن أمير المؤمنين وابن فاطمة الزهراء. السلام عليك وعلى جدك وأبيك وأمك وأخيك وعلى الدماء السائلات بين يديك. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. يا قتيل العدا يا قتيل العدا ومسلوب العمامة والرداء. أيها المذبوح من القفا يا أبا عبد الله. يا رحمة الله الواسعة ويا باب نجاة الأمة. غريب كربلاء مظلوم كربلاء الشهيد كربلاء. Dear brothers and sisters, tonight is a very special night. You and I all, let us go to the land of Karbala. Let us look around the camp of Imam Hussein. They say Imam Hussein alayhi salam, at a time like this, he was going on the outskirts of the camp where all the women and the children were camping and gathering. Nafi' ibn Hilal al-Jamali, they say, dear brothers and sisters, he saw the Imam walking alone. He followed him because he was worried about his Imam. They say Al-Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam was checking around the trenches around the camp. He was looking in different corners. Then he turned, he said, Ya Nafi', are you there? You're following me. Nafi' said, beloved Imam, excuse me, forgive me, beloved Imam. They say he came close to the Imam held his hand, told him, Nafi', tonight is the night. Tonight is the promised night. Why don't you look between these two mounts? Go, ride the night and leave safe yourself. Nafi' said, he took the hands of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. He kissed the hand of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. He said, by Allah, I ask him that my soul does not leave yours, O beloved Imam Hussein. They say, Lady Zainab alayha salam, she was worried tonight for her brother Imam Hussein. She went to check where Imam Hussein was. Through the way, they say, Imam Hussein was reciting the Holy Quran. She said, why is my brother alone? Why are not they around him? Where is my nephew? Where is my brother Abbas? Let me call them. Let me tell them to keep company for my beloved Imam Hussein. On the way, she passed the tent where the companions were gathered, and she overheard them saying, talking, who would go tomorrow first and fight in the battlefield. They heard them, Habib ibn Mudahir, Muslim ibn Awsaja, each one of them were saying, we shall not leave Ahl al-Bayt or let them fight before us. Dear brothers and sisters, they say when Zainab alayha salam came close and heard the words of Al-Abbas as he was talking to Ali al-Akbar, they say, dear brothers and sisters, Ali al-Akbar was telling his uncle al-Abbas, those are the Ansar and those are the Hashimin, but you know, we should go out first. Al-Abbas said, nephew, this is our issue. We should be the ones fighting first. Dear brothers and sisters, they say Imam Hussein after a while came and joined Al-Abbas and Imam Zain al-Abidin, and then Lady Zainab saw them both. She came and joined both of them. Imam Zain al-Abidin was asking Imam Hussein, Aba ma sana'ta ma'a ha'ula? What have you done with them? He said, Allah, these people have forgotten the name of Allah. Shaitan overtook them. Imam Hussein started talking to Zain al-Abidin alayhi salam about tomorrow, what will happen in the battle of Karbala. They say Lady Zainab was sitting with both of them as she started hearing her brother Imam Hussein. She collected herself. She stood up and she started walking outside of the tent. They say Al-Imam al-Hussein held her, said, "Sister Zainab, why are you leaving us?" She said, "Brother Hussein, I cannot hold my tears hearing what will happen to you tomorrow in the battlefield." Imagine, ladies, imagine Lady Zainab, imagine her tonight looking at her brothers Al-Hussein, Al-Abbas, Ali Al-Akbar, then seeing all the women and the children, knowing tomorrow she will be all alone. Before the worry, between her worry about what will happen in Karbala and wanting to spend the last moments with her beloved brothers and nephews. Imagine Lady Zainab, what state of mind she would be in. Imagine Lady Zainab, what's on her mind today. I tell you, she's probably just saying, "Wa Husseina." وحسينا وأخاه ونور عينا وحبيب قلبه وشهيدا. Let us say the words with Lady Zainab as she was on the nights of Karbala. وحسينا 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 وحسينا. One more time, everyone. وحسينا 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 غريب كربلاء مظلوم كربلاء الشهيد كربلاء. يا ليتنا كنا معكم سادتي فنفوز فوزا عظيما. صلوات. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا من يهد الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له
محمد وآل محمد صلوات اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد.
من يهدي الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له والصلاة والسلام على النبي الهاشمي القرشي المدني الأبطحي التهامي السيد البهي السراج المضيء الكوكب الدري صاحب الوقار والسكينة المدفون بالمدينة العبد المؤيد الرسول المسدد المصطفى الأمجد المحمود الأحمد حبيب إله العالمين أبي القاسم محمد وعلى آل بيته الطيبين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Dear brothers and sisters, Allah Azza wa Jal says in the Holy Quran, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا خلقنا الإنسان من نطفة أمشاج نبتليه فجعلناه سميعا بصيرا إنا هديناه السبيل إما شاكرا وإما كفورا. صدق الله العلي العظيم. صلوات. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear brothers and sisters, Zainab alayha salam, tonight is one of her nights. To understand and to realize someone like Zainab alayha salam, imagine tonight you have your family members, each and every one of them. You know they're going to be slaughtered, they're going to be killed, they're going to be massacred in the battlefield tomorrow. Who do you want to say your farewell to first? You have your brother Hussein, you want to spend time with him, but you have Al-Abbas. You also want to see him the last evening with him, the last night. You have your beloved nephews, Ali al-Akbar, Al-Qasim. She has her own sons. I mean, think with me. Seriously, who would she go and say salams and hug as the final night she'll ever see them again. My God, it's so hard to even think. The children of Muslim, to think about the woman who came with her, to keep her because they loved Ahlul Bayt, about their children, about those. You know, Allah, it is true what Habib ibn Mudahir, they narrate. I'm not sure how accurate that is, but they do say that Habib ibn Mudahir, before he went to the battlefield, he stood in front of Imam Hussein, giving him the farewell, and he was crying. Imam Hussein told him, Habib, if you missed your children, go. If you missed your family, go. He says, he told Imam Hussein, I'm not crying for my children. I'm not crying for my family. Imam Hussein looks at him because, then why are you crying? Because I'm crying because of her. She was standing at the tent. He was worried what will happen to her. Zainab was standing because she knew Habib ibn Mudahir is going to fight, and she will leave her brother Hussein alone. Wallah, just to think about Zainab tonight, I don't know how the heart could bear that. Do you know who Zainab is? The daughter of Ali ibn Abi Talib, the daughter of Zahra alayhi salam, yet she has to take all that weight all alone. They say when Imam Hussein was massacred in the land of Karbala, she went inside the tent to check on Imam Zayn al-Abidin. Imam Zayn al-Abidin, he lifted the cover of the tent and he saw the sky turning red. He said, Amma Zainab, Auntie Zainab, ista'addi, be ready to become a prisoner of war. It is very hard to think of Lady Zainab tonight, wallah it is. But it is because of her we are tonight. She carried the message and she protected the message. These hearts that are burning for the love of Zainab alayhi salam, because they're protective of Zainab. Don't we wish we were there to protect her? Wallah, I would put myself there before Zainab alayhi salam. When you see a woman like her with her righteousness, with her virtue, would you stand still when you see the enemies of Allah burning their tents and they're running in the desert, running away from the enemy? Would you stand still? Wouldn't you just try to throw yourself to protect them? Dear brothers and sisters, really wallah, when you just understand the story of Karbala and you see what happened and how they all stood together, how they all protected one another, cared for one another, loved one another. Each one of them in itself, each one of those individual in himself, by herself, was a nation. Each one of them was a full community. Each one of them was a story. Ya Allah. Al-Imam Musa ibn Ja'far alayhi salam, he told his companion, أبلغ خيرا وقل خيرا. Deliver good and say good. ولا تكن إما. And do not be a blind follower. Let us start this majlis with remembering our 12th holy Imam, rising up, reciting salawat and moving forward, please. He said, وَلَا تَكُنْ إِمَّعَ. Thank you. Do not be a blind follower. He said, وَمَا الْإِمَّعَ. What does this word mean? He said, لَا تَقُلْ أَنَا مَعَ النَّاسِ وَأَنَا كَوَاحِدٍ مِّنَ النَّاسِ. Don't say, I'm with the people and I'm just one of the people. إن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم said, يا أيها الناس هما نجدان نجد خير ونجد شر. There are two paths, two ways, one of good and one of evil. فلا يكن نجد الشر أحب إليكم من نجد الخير. Let not be the path of evil more liked by you by the path of good. Dear brothers and sisters, the meaning of the word imma, the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said and told us not to be like it, means that a person that just goes with the crowd, a person who's a blind follower, a person who does not use his intellect and makes a decision on his own, a person who sees where the herd is going and he just follows it. That's an imma. A community needs to be disciplined when there is leadership. A community needs to be aware when there is leadership. A community needs to follow when there is leadership, but a community needs to also stand up when the leadership makes a mistake. A community needs to be vocal to remind its leadership. A community that is stagnant is a dead community. A community that is silent is a dead community. A community who is not saying the truth is a community with no heart in it. A community who does not learn the truth is a community with no soul or spirit in it. And a community touched by Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam is a community who's revived, is a community who's breathing, is a community that is thinking, is a community that's in motion. Dear brothers and sisters, Al-Imam Salamullahi Ta'ala alayhi warns us not to be of those who talk and yell and scream with any slogan. We just have someone yelling and screaming and we yell and scream with him. No. Al-Imma is a person who has no opinion. Al-im'a is a person who does not even think for himself. Al-im'a is a person who lets his mind to be in the hands of others. Even when it is the Imam of the time alayhi salam, when it is the Awaid Sahib al-Asr wa Zaman alayhi salam, he tells us to use that intellect. He does not want just sheep and herd. He wants us to be the ones with thought, the ones with ideas. And it starts, dear brothers and sisters, with ourselves and the closest ones that we have. That is why it is narrated in Mustadrak al-Wasa'il that the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam said, إِنَّ الرَّجُلَ لَيُكْتَبُ جَبَّارًا وَمَا يَمْلِكُ إِلَّا أَهْلَ بَيْتِهِ. A man could be designated Jabbar, like a tyrant, someone who's with power and abusing it, and he may only have his household, which tells us the responsibility that we have within our closest circles, dear brothers and sisters. Because the Prophet ﷺ says you have to take care of these children of yours. You need to make sure you don't abuse that relationship. You want to make sure that you teach them. You teach them the tools they need in this life so they can make the decisions when the time is right. They become like the companions of Imam Hussein alayhi salam. Those companions of Imam Hussein alayhi salam, they were taught well, they were raised well, they were given the tools to make such decisions. You look at your own. You look at your own children and ask yourself, those who you're responsible for, have you given them these tools? Have you trained them enough? Have you educated them? Have you protected, not shielded them with clothing from either cold or the warmth, the heat? No. Have you protected their minds? Have you given them the tools to be ones that can utilize their intellect in the way, the methods of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam? Have you equipped them with the tools of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam, dear brothers and sisters? Let's look at how you build these people. Let's look at how you truly establish this community of individuals taught by the principles of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. And he goes to the extent, the Holy Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he says, if you have a child who's acting as a child, act with him childishly. Play with him. Go down to his level and then raise him to your level. Don't leave him. No, put the effort into taking him step by step. If you promise your children, the Imam Salamullahi Ta'ala alayhi says, إِذَا وَعَدْتُمُ الصِّبْيَانِ, if you promise the young men, the young children, make sure you fulfill that promise. Because they see you the source of everything. Don't let them down. Watch for every word you tell your child. Don't say he's a kid, he doesn't understand. No. He's a kid and he's watching everything you do. He's a kid and his soul in your hand. The future of his spirit is in your hands today. Take that responsibility. Pay attention to that responsibility. And know that Allah Azza wa Jal, the Imam said, He most gets angry for whom? For the women and the children when they become abused. You have someone you have some sort of responsibility towards. This is a responsibility. They're not slaves. They're your responsibility. Look how you raise them. Look how you teach them. And let me tell you one word. Look how you treat them. You know how? When you're absent, do they miss you? Or when you're present, do they wish you were not here? And you know, you can see this on the face of your children with a smile. When they hear the door is opening, do they rush and run to see you and say, Father? Or do they not even care you're around or not? These are signs you need to test and see. And by the way, it's not only with the children, even the young. Even if you have a son or a daughter, 20, 30, how often do they call you? How often do they check on you? How often do they take care of you? Well, remember, you only get the product that you raised. Try your best. Dear brothers and sisters, the Prophet ﷺ taught us in many ways how we ought to take care of one another. And in the past nights, I have been talking about this issue, and I'm focusing on this issue. Why? The Prophet ﷺ, he says two types. If they are righteous and good, the entire community becomes righteous and good. If they're straight on the path, the entire community is straight on the path. Those who are in charge, al-umara and al-ulama, the scholars. Two, if those two are straight, you will see a community being straight. Dear brothers and sisters, as long as our scholars are there, our scholars protect us. Our scholars show us the direction. But let me tell you, dear brothers and sisters, sometimes we are part of the problem. Why? When the scholar or the learned one is a truly learned one, that's not enough only. A learned one, his knowledge is not enough. His piety, his righteousness, his justice needs to come in place in order for him to lead a community. But sometimes we ourselves create monsters in the name of scholarship. When we know someone is not doing their job, and we still support them, we still help them, we're creating monsters. We need to be very careful. We cannot always say, well, it is the scholar. I have to ask myself, have I seen wrong from him, and did I try to correct that wrong? What have I done? But hold on, there's a problem here. I cannot judge the scholar until I learn myself enough to judge if he's right or wrong. So an ignorant community cannot only but blame themselves. Why? Because they chose that kind of destiny. The beauty of them and the power of the teachings of Ahlul Bayt alayhi salam is what I call distributed responsibility. The responsibility is distributed amongst all the Muslims, each and every one of us. No one can say, I have nothing to do with this. I cannot say I have nothing to do with any of you. No one here yesterday or the night before, I was talking about how it's one to many and many to many. We are all responsible, dear brothers and sisters. The Imam Salamullahi Ta'ala alayh has a beautiful hadith. He categorized people. And he said there are people who seek knowledge, but just to show off. And there are people who seek knowledge, but only to be self-conceited. And there are people who seek knowledge للفقه والعقل, to understand it. And therefore, dear brothers and sisters, the Imam describes each and every category and tells us about each and every one of them. But he stops on at the last one. He says the last one is the one you want to go and seek. Why? Because when he opens his mind, you don't understand the beauty of knowledge. When knowledge is captured by the intellect, that who carries it wants to share it. Because in the sharing of knowledge, that's a form of charity. In the sharing of knowledge, there is an increase. In the share of knowledge, there is benefit. Zakatul ilmi ta'alimuhu. The charity of knowledge is to teach it. Dear brothers and sisters, من طلب العلم ليباهي به العلماء أو يماري به السفهاء أو يصرف به وجوه الناس إليه. Whoever seeks knowledge so he can compete with it and show off of it in front of other scholars, or to show off in front of other people, or so he can get the attention of people. Look what the Imam ﷺ says. فَلْيَتَبَوَّأْ مِقْعَدَهُ مِنَ النَّارِ. Let him be ready for his seat in the fire of hell. Don't try to learn so you can be the leader. Don't try to learn so you can have the authority. إِنَّ الرِّئَاسَةَ لَا تَصْلُحُ إِلَّا لِأَهْلِهَا. Authority and leadership is only right for its people. What is the people? What kind of people? You have to not be seeking it. It will come to you. Work on yourself. Work on the person you are and see. Don't compete for leadership. Don't compete for power or position. But learn, educate yourself, and if you're the right person for it, believe me, it will come to you begging you to take it. Begging you to take it. Power, authority, don't go after it. I'm not saying don't take it. Don't go after it. But if you're the right person for the job, it's your responsibility. But if you're truly just and fair, maybe someone else is, make sure you nominate that person. Be very careful. Dear brothers and sisters, we talk about this because we want to be sure, we want to make sure that we are not amongst the people who are blind followers. The more educated the community, and I'm not talking, by the way, about you have more information or that you have more knowledge. It's important by itself. But I'm talking about كثرة التعقل, to be more understanding, so that you can evaluate and you can assess and you can decide. It's an entire cycle. It's not that you just know a lot of information. You can quote so much. That's not enough. No. What's enough is you're able to make the right decision in the right place for the right reasons. Because every decision you are responsible for in the Day of Judgment. Every single decision. Nothing goes unquestioned. Every decision. And that's why Imam Salamullahi Ta'ala alayhi, Abu Ja'far alayhi salam, he says, if I tell you anything, ask me. Where is it in the book of Allah Azza wa Jal? Why? Because the Imam wants them to learn that he is rooting everything in the book of Allah Azza wa Jal. And that's the Imam of the time. He teaches us how to connect. Dear brothers and sisters, it is extremely important Let me tell you about this community. عن أبي عبد الله عليه السلام قال عن رسول الله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم, there is no good to live for life only to two kind of people. إما إلا لرجلين عالم مطاع, عالم, a scholar, مطاع, obeyed, أو مستمع واع, or a listener, واع, meaning what? He is understanding to what the scholar is saying. These two individuals make a righteous community, dear brothers and sisters. No matter where you're at, do not disconnect from your scholars. Your scholars, dear brothers and sisters, are the ones that keep you together. Your scholars, dear brothers and sisters, are the ones that protect you. Your scholars, dear brothers and sisters, are the ones that are protecting us, and without them, we become lost. As they were titled, we are Aytam Ali Muhammad. We're the orphans of Ahlul Bayt alayhim salam. We need a caretaker. They are our caretakers. Dear brothers and sisters, you know, religion is flexible. Religion is not hard. But we have, in time, even at the time of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the time of Imam Ali alayhi salam, Imam Abu Ja'far alayhi salam, he says, "Ad-din wasi'." Religion is so flexible. وَلَكِنَّ الْخَوَارِجَ ضَيَّقُوا عَلَىٰ أَنفُسِهِمْ. But those Khawarij, they made it so tight on themselves. Why? مِنْ جَهْلِهِمْ, because of their ignorance. It's important to realize that some people make religion so hard and some people make religion so loose. Religion in itself is made and brought to us and delivered to help us, not to become the issue in our lives. Who makes religion an issue? We make their religion an issue in our lives. Why? Because we don't want to accept it, or we want to make it the way we want. From the beginning, I have been talking to you. Make sure you understand religion and change your life to fit the religion. Don't change religion to fit your life. But to do that, you ought to and need to understand that religion, dear brothers and sisters. Naam, he says, these Khawarij made religion so hard. And dear brothers and sisters, today, we are still recipients of the ignorance of the Khawarij until today. There were Khawarij and there was Muawiyah. And today we have groups as of the Khawarij. And we have not one Muawiyah, we have 1,000 Muawiyah. And we have 1,000 Yazid. And they all speak in the name of Islam. And they all try to hijack Islam. And they all try to change the principles of Islam. Dear brothers and sisters, how do we protect our religion? In our families, in our homes, with our families, with our friends, in our workplace, in our schools, on our campuses. How is it we protect our religion? My message is simple, and I've been trying to send it throughout the nights. Every single night I'm trying to make it clear. Know your religion. Know it, which means to learn it. And to learn your religion is to take the time and understand it, dear brothers and sisters. Understanding it with the right people. Understanding it and sharing it amongst yourselves. Religion is a double-edged sword, because if you don't understand it and you try to wrongly apply it, you're not only insulting your name, you're bringing insults to the name of Allah Azza wa Jal. You have to be careful, but it's not hard to learn. Dear brothers and sisters, Ahlul Bayt left us such a great heritage, wealth of knowledge, supplications, explanations, narratives, so much. All we have to do is take the time and read it. If you by itself make it your job every single day to recite and take a book and share that knowledge with others, and to recite the supplication, to recite Dua al-Ahd, to recite Ziyarah al-Jami'ah, to recite Ziyarat Ashura, to recite the Holy Quran, in itself that learning process will elevate you and will open your minds, dear brothers and sisters. Al-Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam, and I apologize, tonight is a night of mourning. It's very hard to collect my thoughts as my mind is with Imam Hussein alayhi salam in Karbala, and with Lady Zainab salamullahi ta'ala alayha. And what is she doing tonight? Ya laytana kunna ma'akum sadati فنفوز فوزا عظيما فنفوز فوزا عظيما. Come with me to the battlefield of Karbala. Come with me, stand by Imam Hussein. Come with me, listen to his words on the 10th day of Muharram. هل من ذاب عن حرم رسول الله? Anyone to help and aid and protect the family of Prophet Muhammad from the enemies of Allah. هل من موحد يخاف الله فينا? Anyone that would fear Allah for our sake. هل من مغيث يرجو الله في إغاثتنا? Anyone seeking closeness to Allah through helping us? Imam Hussein is standing on the battlefield of Karbala. Dear brothers and sisters, Imam Hussein goes to the tents where the women and the children are there. Everyone from the family members and the companions were killed in the battlefield of Karbala. He looks towards the tents where the women and children are. He says, Ya Zainab, Ya Kulthum, Ya Fatima, Ya Sukayna, alaykunna minni salam. Farewell to you, salutations. And then he called Manda yuqaddimu li jawadi. Lady Zainab alayha salam, seeing her brother all alone, she said, Brother Hussein, who are you calling? Wallah laqad qatta'ta fuadi. You're tearing my heart, Brother Hussein. look how hard I am bringing the horse of death to her brother Hussein. Then she turned to the woman and said, قوموا إلى التوديع إن أخي دعا. Come on, stand, come and say the farewell. My brother has called. بجواده إن الفراق طويل. He's gonna be gone for long. فخرجنا ربات الحجايا لحواسرا. They all came out. The woman came out to see Imam Hussein. وغدا لها حول الحسين عويلو. They started calling Hussein. Sukaina at that moment, she came to her father. Abba, father, istaslamta lil maut, you surrendered to death. He said, daughter Sukaina, do you see there is no one to help and aid? Then she held to Imam Hussein, she said, ردنا إلى حرم جدنا رسول الله. Take us back to our grandfather. And then she started crying. She started shedding the tears. Her father Hussein took her. He hugged her. He said, Sukaina, سيطول من بعدي يا سكينة فاعلمي منك البكاء. Sukaina, you'll be shedding so much tear, you'll cry so much after me. Dear brothers and sisters, they say Imam Hussein alayhi salam, as he was getting ready to go to the battlefield of Karbala, Lady Zainab alayha salam, his sister, she comes out with an infant, a young infant. She's carrying it. She's carrying the infant, and she was trying to find him some water, going from one place to another. And she looked at her brother Imam Hussein. Look at the brother and sister. Look at Hussein and Zainab. Lady Zainab found herself giving Abdullah al-Radi' to her brother Hussein alayhi salam. Dear brothers and sisters, they say Al-Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam took Abdullah al-Radi'. He looked at him. Abdullah was wrapped with a piece of cloth. He was not moving. Just for every now and then he would move his head. They say Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam raised Abdullah al-Radi' high to the skies, and he said, أيها القوم, addressing the enemies of Allah, أيها القوم, you're after me. أيها القوم, you want me. أيها القوم, if I was the one, if I am the one, أيها القوم, why this child? Why this infant? What is this infant? What has he done to you? The enemies of Allah, dear brothers and sisters, started talking to one another. One is saying, let them have the water, give him the water. Others are saying no, and they quarreled amongst themselves. Dear brothers and sisters, the infant as he was carried by Imam Hussein alayhi salam, the infant is so calm, his head is moving every few seconds. Dear brothers and sisters, Umar ibn Sa'd from the camp of the enemies of Allah, the general of the army of Yazid, looked at Harmala as the enemies of Allah started fighting, saying, should we give them water? Should we not give them water? Some say yes, some said no. Umar ibn Sa'd la'natullahi alayh told Harmala, Ya Harmala. Harmala looked at Umar, Ya Harmala, اقطع نزاع القوم. Make the decision, stop the quarreling, stop this fighting. Harmala understood what his general was telling him. Harmala la'natullahi alayh took his arrow and he was pointing it towards whom? Towards Abdullah al-Radi'. The problem, Harmala was trying to find a place for the arrow. He was so wrapped up, he was a small infant. Where would he throw the arrow? And Harmala, as the infant was moving his neck around, Harmala looked at the neck of Abdullah al-Radi'. Harmala pointed the arrow towards the neck of Abdullah al-Radi'. He let go of the arrow. The arrow went through the skies and landed on the neck of Abdullah. Abdullah, what did he do? He woke up as if he's saying, Sayyidi ya Hussein. Imam Hussein wanted to bring him some water. Look at the enemies of Allah. What did they give Abdullah al-Radi'? They say Sukaina came to Imam Hussein. Abu ya طفل جيب, bring the child towards me, as if she was trying to do something to give water to the child. Dear brothers and sisters, Imam Hussein alayhi salam, imagine him having to return the infant to the mother. Ya Sayyidi ya Aba Abdillah ya غريب كربلاء مظلوم كربلاء الشهيد كربلاء. Everyone with me. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين. غريب كربلاء شهيد كربلاء مظلوم كربلاء. Everyone, I want everyone with your voices. غريب كربلاء شهيد. Everyone in the back. شهيد كربلاء مظلوم مظلوم كربلاء. حبيبي حسين حبيبي حسين. Imagine Lady Zainab alayhi salam. حبيبي حسين Madlum Hussein. Rise and stand. Let us salute the Imam alayhi salam. Allahumma kun liwalika al-Hujjat ibn al-Hasan salawatuka alayhi في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوعا وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. And with the loudest of our voices and for our prayers to be answered in this blessed night, let us recite a very loud salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad.
Hussein, 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 Hussein,
Rubab, oh our Lady Rubab,
Rubab,
oh our Lady Rubab, 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 oh our Lady Rubab, 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 oh our Lady Rubab, 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 oh our Lady Rubab, 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 oh our Lady Rubab. You see that infant head on the spear, and how it's slaughtered from it to where.
You see that infant's head on the spear, and how it's slaughtered from it to where.
And how it's slaughtered from it to where.
And how it's slaughtered from it to where.
He is my baby, Ali Asghar.
He is my baby, Ali Asghar.
His shahada is inqilab.
He is my baby, Ali Asghar. His shahada is inqilab. Rubab, Rubab, oh our Lady Rubab,
Rubab, Rubab, oh our Lady Rubab,
Rubab, Rubab, oh our Lady Rubab.
You feel the tremors rising again. It is the final breath of Hussein.
You feel the tremors rising again. It is the final breath of Hussein.
You feel the tremors rising again. It is the final breath of Hussein.
You feel the tremors rising again. It is the final breath of Hussein.
It is the final breath of Hussein.
It is the final breath of Hussein.
He is my Aqa, the son of Zahra.
He is my Aqa, the son of Zahra.
He is Allah's intikhab.
He is my Aqa, the son of Zahra.
He is Allah's intikhab. Umme Rubab, oh our lady, Umme Rubab.
Umme Rubab, oh our lady, Umme Rubab.
You hear this angel weeping alone. Her cries of Baba challenge the throne.
You hear this angel weeping alone. Her cries of Baba challenge the throne.
You hear this angel weeping alone. Her cries of Baba challenge the throne.
You hear this angel weeping alone. Her cries of Baba challenge the throne.
Her cries of Baba challenge the throne.
Her cries of Baba challenge the throne.
She is Sakina, my little princess.
She is Sakina, my little princess.
Her Sahara is Buturab.
She is Sakina, my little princess.
Her Sahara is Buturab. Umme Rubab, oh our lady,
Umme Rubab.
Everyone,
Umme Rubab, oh our lady, Umme Rubab.
oh not a single moment of calm from the streets of Kufa to Sham.
Oh, not a single moment of calm from the streets of Kufa to Sham.
Oh not a single moment of calm from the streets of Kufa to Sham.
Oh, not a single moment of calm from the streets of Kufa to Sham.
From the streets of Kufa to Sham.
From the streets of Kufa to Sham.
Oh, can you see us, oh our Shia?
Oh, can you see us, oh our Shia?
At the mercy of every mob.
Oh, can you see us, oh our Shia?
At the mercy of every mob. Umme Rubab, oh our lady, Umme Rubab. Umme Rubab,
Our Lady Umme Rubab.
You smell the fragrance of Mustafa in the tears of it sheds in Salah.
You smell the fragrance of Mustafa in the tears of it sheds in Salah.
You smell the fragrance of Mustafa in the tears of it sheds in Salah.
You smell the fragrance of Mustafa in the tears of it sheds in Salah.
In the tears of it sheds in Salah.
In the tears of it sheds in Salah.
With every manzil, with every moment,
With every manzil, with every moment,
he is aging in his shabab.
with every manzil, with every moment,
He is aging in his shabab. Rubab, Rubab, oh Our Lady, Rubab, 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 oh Our Lady, Rubab. Oh, for your noble resistance, Hussein, I would offer my 2 kids again.
Oh, for your noble resistance, Hussein, I would offer my 2 kids again.
Oh, for your noble resistance, Hussein, I would offer my 2 kids again.
Oh, for your noble resistance, Hussein, I would offer my 2 kids again.
I would offer my 2 kids again.
I would offer my 2 kids again.
But for your trampled and shrouded body,
But for your trampled and shrouded body,
I will stand under the sun and sob.
But for your trampled and shrouded body,
I will stand under the sun and sob.
Rubab, Rubab,
Oh, Our Lady,
Rubab,
Rubab, Rubab, oh Our Lady, Rubab, 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 oh Our Lady, Rubab, 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 oh Our Lady, Rubab. Say.
Hussein, 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 Allahumma salli ala